right, guys, what's up? Junior Boateng here, and we're back on DJ Live. So this segment, I just want to just run through a few things with you. I know a lot of times, you guys might see me live, and you see I have like a laptop and like the pad and all that kind of stuff. And I kind of want to explain some of that stuff. So basically, there are two main things that I want to talk about. I'm sure you've probably heard of like loops, and you also probably maybe you've heard of stems. So those two things are primarily what I want to talk about today. So the first things are the loops. A loop simply is maybe like a four bar piece of audio that's being looped, over and over. Usually it comprises of like percussions, maybe shakers, a snap, just things like that. People might ask why, and the short answer to that is it just makes the music sound much fuller. So let's say you're doing like a ballad or something like that. You have your drummer playing. So let's say you have that going, and you have a drummer playing like a regular, 4/4, ballad groove. It sounds fine, but then when you add, the loop, and I'll show you an example of that. When you add that, so you hear, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. You hear the shakers, and then you have a snap, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So now. So da na si da na si da unya mi na si da na si da na si da unya mi na si. So I'm pretty sure you heard, the difference with that. If we had a full band here, which I'm sure we'll make arrangements for one of these days, you really get the full picture of the difference that it makes. So that's the loop. In the same token, there's also something called a stem or sequence. The stem or sequence actually incorporates the loop, but then there are additional elements added on top of it. So that might be, a loop. It may be like some auxiliary keys, maybe some background vocals, whatever. So it's actually kind of funny because a lot of like the secular, gigs that you watch and you see, they incorporate all that kind of stuff in their live production. Us being Ghanaians, some of these things we're not fully exposed to. So, sometimes we find that, if it seems like we're doing every single thing, but there's something still lacking in some of the live stuff that we're doing, the productions that we're doing. And I'm here to tell you that a good portion of that thing is this kind of stuff. So loops and sequences. When you go to, I'm sure some of you may have been to, like a Justin Bieber or Usher concert. Me, I've never been. I'm saved. Nah, I'm kidding. But I've seen some of the videos, and you hear these massive productions. Like you hear, like it just sounds, so full, and you ask like, why, how, and the simple answer again is just this kind of stuff, the sequences and loops. So what I'll do right now, let me show you one more loop, and then I'll show you a sequence right after. So again, let's say we're doing like, I have a God who never fails. I have a God who never fails. I have a God who never fails. Who never fails. Who never fails. Sounds cool, whatever. Now let's add a loop. IG. Hey. So 1, 2, 3. Right. So I'm sure you heard, a whole difference in sound when I added the loop. So now imagine, having two keyboard players. You have a drummer, you have a bass player, the choir, the vocals, all that stuff. When it comes together, it sounds so much fuller. That's another example of a loop. Now, finally, I just want to show you a sequence. Um, like I said, so this one comprises of a loop, but then also there are other elements. So I have guitars in there. I have strings. I know you guys love strings. So I have some strings in there. I have different things that I incorporated into this one. This is actually something that we use live. When we do some of Joe Meto's events, we actually there's an intro that I made up. We don't always get to play it, so I found this being the appropriate place to play it. Maybe next time again we might organize something and play with a full band, so you really get the experience. But this is kind of just an example of how we use sequences. So here we go. So there we go. That's an example of a sequence, and I'm pretty sure you heard like how full that sounded. And this is just me by myself. So imagine if we had a live drummer and we had live bass, we had all these different elements added on top of what we had. That right there will give you like a grand production. By the way, let me just shout out Bluto and Sonata. They actually played on this. Bluto did the drums and Sonata did the bass. But yeah, like I said, so that's an example of a sequence. And I think one of the things that I really find it on my heart to do is find ways to expose more people, especially in the Ghanaian community, to these kind of things. So we can also find ways to, to improve our overall production. We're doing a great job, but I think, like I mentioned earlier, there's always room for improvement. I think this is one of the major ways of doing it. So I know some of you are probably asking about how to kind of just connect it and how to kind of set all these things up. To start off, you need some kind of source. In my case, I have my laptop on the side of me, so I have like different loops, stems, and all that kind of stuff that I've created. So I'm running Ableton Live. Some of you may know that program. Some of you might not, and it's fine. But Ableton Live is a DAW, just like Logic Pro and Pro Tools, Fruity Loops, Cubase. It's something like that. But it's very helpful when it comes to running loops and stems and these kind of things live. Actually, to take it a step further, you can even run your lights as well. Parallel with your stems and all that stuff. You can run your projection, so everything can work together, in perfect timing. But again, it's a matter of kind of just diving deeper into these things and doing a little bit of research. And today the resources are there: YouTube, Google. Like you can easily find all these things. But like I said, so it starts from the laptop. And then I have basically so the content. You have to find a way to get the content out to your engineer. In my case, I'm using an audio interface. I don't know if you can see it, but it's tucked away under here. So I have an audio interface. This little thing right here. I'm sure you can see it. This is by Behringer. It gives me four audio outputs, which means I can run. For technical people, I can run two stereo outputs out, or I can run maybe like a stereo output and then two mono, or however else I want to arrange it. The reason why I picked this one is because even though it has the outputs, you also have a headphone output where you can send the metronome and stuff like that to a drummer. Sometimes you don't always have people like Kakarba available to you who will give you the good sound. I like it. You don't always have people like that who sort things right for you. So again, me, I like to solve problems. So I think ahead. So using the interface, I can send out the sequence, and I can send out the metronome and all that kind of stuff. Actually, let me see. Let me actually show you guys the same sequence that I did. There's actually a metronome in there. Usually I send that out separately. So let me see. And that's the thing about these things. One of the most important things is to make sure that your drummer can actually hear all these things. If your drummer cannot hear the sequence, you can't hear the loop, you can't hear the metronome and all that kind of stuff, then you've already put yourself in like a horrible position. And you know how our people are, even our churches. If you want to try to implement something new, you have to make sure you have every single thing on point, like 200%. Because if it goes left, like it's gonna be a problem. So again, that same sequence that I had, there's actually a metronome that runs the whole time. I'm sure you can hear that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So with this, I'm able to send the metronome separately to my drummer. Sometimes I'll send it to the sound guy, and then they'll send everything, and they can balance it however they want to. Again, you want to make sure everything is on point. That way you don't deviate from what's being played, or you don't fall behind, or everything has to be perfect. So obviously that comes with practice. So I'll definitely advise for even not even just the drummers, even the musicians, practice with a metronome and all that kind of stuff. So again, so you have your source, which runs through the interface, and that goes out into the house. So that I send that to the mixer, and then that's how you get your sequence. I know a lot of people have been asking me about this thing. A lot of you have seen this on some of the gigs that I've done and all that kind of stuff. So this is an Ovation Launchpad. It's made by Novation, and I know you see the lights, the colors, and all that kind of stuff. All it is a controller. So the lights are actually a reflection of what I have on my laptop, but it's easier for me to kind of just press everything on here, as opposed to in the middle of a gig, you have to start a song, and now you have to scroll and navigate on your microphone. I mean, on your laptop. So this makes things just a little bit easier for me. It's just an extension of my laptop, basically. So you can do all this stuff without these things, but again, it just makes it easier for me. So with the loops and stems, that's really what it is. Your source, basically, your ways of getting your audio content out, and you send it out to your video guy, your audio guy. Sorry. So in the same token, I mean, someone might say, Charlie, but I don't have a laptop. I can't afford those stuff, or whatever. There's actually a solution to that too. There's an alternative my big brother Makafui Kwame, he actually has this really wonderful app. Actually, he has two apps, but I'm just gonna talk about the first one for now. That one's called Groovy Loops. It's on iTunes. It's for Apple users. I think they're still working on the Android version. I don't know if it's out yet, but this app is actually amazing. So the stuff that I was just doing right now, you can actually do it from your phone, which means, yeah, I know you can do it from your phone. So you can have your loops, you can have all these things, right with you wherever you go. It's even much more portable than carrying all this stuff. So let me see if I think I have. I just want to just show you guys. Put my phone on airplane mode in case my mom calls me. So okay, so the name of the app is Groovy Loops. I don't know if you guys can see it, but again, it's made by Makafui Kwame. Amazing musician, amazing producer, just amazing person in general. And this thing, I'm telling you, it's probably the answer to a lot of like the questions that you have. The good thing about this is it's portable, and also comes with built-in loops, so you don't have to create your own. Everything is just right there, at the touch of your finger. You can adjust the tempo on the fly. You can, create a set list. So you can do all these different kind of things. I'll definitely recommend, everyone to actually get this app. And I'm not even saying this just because, he's a bro or friend, but I'm telling you, this thing definitely works, and this thing will definitely enhance your music just by itself. So look into that. The app is called Groovy Loops. Once again, okay. Yeah. The app is called Groovy Loops, and I think like I said, that's definitely something you want to get into. Let me just show you guys one more sequence. And this time, let me see. I think I'll show you something from Joe Mento. So some of the stuff that we use live. I know a lot of you asked about that. So why not? Let's do that. Let's see. What do you guys want to hear? All right. Let's do Amen. Something completely different. All right. So let's go ahead, sing it. Oh, y'all know it. So it plays on. Let me show you guys some of the stuff that is on there.
Play something fast then. Something fast. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah. All right. So I'll show. Let me kind of just point out some of the stuff that's on there, and I'll show you something else. One more thing, and then we'll get it going. So on here you have like guitars. You have the loop itself that we talked about earlier. You have some background vocals in there as well. And again, like I said, like it really makes a huge difference in your production. Let me show you the fast one. I actually really like this song. Okay. All right, so this is higher. All right, so there we go. So that was just a little bit of that. So again, this whole segment has been about just loops, stems, sequence, and stuff like that, and just finding ways to incorporate it into your live production. Let's definitely make the effort to do a little bit more learning about this. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, reach out to Loops, and I'm sure we'll definitely get you started on these things. Once again, I'm Junior Boateng, and before I leave, let me just say this: if you want a real demonstration of these things, June 30th. Trust me, June 30th. Make sure you show up there at the Window Revival. Listen, I came all the way from US just for this. So if I came from there for this, then you have to make sure that you show up. I'm telling you, like seriously, I think this thing is really going to be something extraordinary, and God is definitely going to have His way that night. So again, once again, I'm Junior Boateng, and thank you so much for watching. God bless you.
Hi everyone, this is Miela. This is Alexandra.
My name is Sarah.
This is Luigi. I just want to entreat you to keep watching DJ Live.
DJ Live Show.
Keep watching DJ Live Show.
Every Thursday at 1.
Every Thursday at 1 p.m.
Keep it locked on DJ Live. Keep it locked right here. God bless you.
God bless.
God bless you.
Hi everyone, this is Miela. This is Alexandra.
My name is Sarah.
This is Luigi. I just want to entreat you to keep watching DJ Live.
DJ Live Show.
Keep watching DJ Live Show.
Every Thursday at 1.
every Thursday at 1 p.m.
Keep it locked on DJ Live. Keep it locked right here. God bless you.
God bless.
God bless you.
Hi everyone, this is Miela. This is Alexandra.
My name is Priscilla.
This is Luigi. I just want to entreat you to keep watching DJ Live.
DJ Live Show.
Keep watching DJ Live. DJ Live Show.
Every Thursday at 1.
Every Thursday at 1 p.m.
Keep it locked on DJ Live. Keep it locked right here. God bless you.
God bless.
God bless you.
Hi everyone, this is Miela. This is Alexandra.
My name is Priscilla.
This is Luigi. I just want to entreat you to keep watching DJ Live.
DJ Live Show.
Keep watching DJ Live. DJ Live Show.
Every Thursday at 1.
Every Thursday at 1 p.m.
Keep it locked on DJ Live. Keep it locked right here. God bless you.
God bless.
God bless you.
Hi everyone, this is Miela. This is Alexandra.
My name is Priscilla.
This is Luigi. I just want to entreat you to keep watching DJ Live.
DJ Live Show.
Keep watching DJ Live. DJ Live Show.
Every Thursday at 1.
Okay, so welcome guys to the final segment of the DJ Live Show. I know you enjoyed everything. Like I was reading comments, I could see the love and our hearts buzzing out. I think you are a genius. You're amazing. Wow. You know, but
Wow.
you're simply amazing. And I know this little thing you've done. I think Kakraba, we should think of putting up a session for him before you leave to the States. What do you think?
Listen,
Because I
let's do
think this is what we need, and it would catapult our music to the next level.
I'm here for it. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Just let me know. Let's do it.
Yeah, so guys, we are almost closing, but let me see what I can gather in the messages. Oh wow, so many messages. Kane Toll says, "Wow, keep shining for Jesus." Nana Kwame says, "Jesus, I'm learning." Joshua says, "Ish." Clarissa Fred says, "Wow, sweet." Is that Owawani? Dennis says, "Wow, loving this." Nadia from Germany says, "Whoosh." So yeah, I'm sure they were just captivated and spellbound by what just happened. Pa Darlington says, "Today I love the video quality, power, and the environment." Yes, this is the new Reverb Studios.
It's the ambience of the
And the
reverb.
ambience of the studios. So, guys, watch out. More details are going to come. It's a beautiful place, and you would love doing productions here as well. What do you think of the Reverb Studios?
Listen, this thing is top notch. Like pro level equipment, pro level preamps. Charlie, if I can sleep here, I'll sleep here. But when that's what's up
I
with you.
know. Yes, exactly what we're thinking. Nana Kwame Flosty says, "Dave J. Loops, please, can we organize an intensive one-day music seminar before he leaves? We are ready to pay to learn." Please talk for yourself. Say, "I am ready to pay to learn." Because normally, but we'll think about it. Would make it happen. Sandra says, "Awesome." And Kojo Autry says, "Come and I see you." Pat Darlington says, "Okay, we use Groovy Loops and it's great. I testify." Yes, a very great.
I'm telling you, get the app.
Yes, that's very great as well. Olivia Adumako Doreen. that?
Auntie Olivia.
Auntie Olivia says, "More grace."
What grace.
Dignity
says, please, we need an Android version of the Groovy Loops.
It's coming
Wow,
soon. And
really?
actually, one of the things that'll happen is I'm actually gonna put some of my loops on the app as well.
Woo.
So some of the loops that I've made, you'll hear on there. You already have loops from Ofa Kuda.
Okay, all right.
I'm waiting for him to come back together. But there's loops from him, from Mac himself, Alfonso,
Okay.
as well. And so they'll be adding some more stuff in the update. So please, I'm telling you, get it. It'll definitely enhance your sound.
Okay, so Nana Boateng says Junior Boateng is the best. Yes, because he has your surname. Henry says Charlie man, that was deep. What? Daddy's still here. Daddy says welcome, Mama Olivia. Kojo Autry says this guy is good. See how technology is enhancing sound and outputs. Great. Nana Ofebia says sweet sound. Desmond says they jealous you, more grace and mercy upon your life. Service to God is never wasted. God increase you from grace to grace. Amen. Richard was asking, how about the headphone amp?
So the interface that I have, this one actually has a built-in headphone preamp. So that way I can actually just all I need to do is just send like a long headphone extender, and I can just send it straight to the drummer. So if the drummer is right here, just send them like a long feed and then connect your headphones to it, and boom. But if you have a good sound engineer or something like that, you can actually send them everything that you need to send, and then they can route everything back to the drummer or route everything back to you. So if you have P16s, they can send everything to an individual channel. So if you have a metronome, send it there, and then you can adjust on the fly.
Something funny is going through my head. Have you ever played the wrong loop or the wrong tempo?
Oh, I do. I do all the time. Ask Joe.
Have you reversed on stage?
Press stop.
I know.
Press stop, smile a little bit, and then play the next one.
I know. Okay, so we are about wrapping up. Cynthia Akita says, says, you did great, Junior Boateng. Joseph Wilson is watching. God bless you, Joseph.
Oh, Joe.
Kojo says, Jelus bless you. I can't even pronounce my own name. Oh, my God. Sammy says, Jelus, I didn't see anything. Hey! So you need to go back to the video, rewind, and start from the top. Jesse says, my guy, I owe you 5 guys.
Masa,
wow.
Extra O.
AC Dark, please, I want to read this comment. Thank you, AC Dark. Nana Flossie says, I'm ready to pay. Okay, so he's ready. Danny Toffee says, God bless you, bro.
Danny,
Matthew Jackson, wow, says the best of the best. Peter Zagabi says, bring Ghana chicken. Okay, so Kofi Fire say, great job, guys. Blessing always. My Jim is watching. God bless you for watching. Clementa Fred says, please press stop and play the next. Okay, so Richard says, thanks for the explanation. I love this. All right, so guys, let's talk a little bit about the Wind of Revival concert.
Yes.
What are your expectations?
Okay, so even from the rehearsals that we've done so far, I'm telling you, and I'm not even saying it because I'm a part of it or anything like that, but I'm telling you, I think the name Wind of Revival really suits it. No, it suits what really is about to happen, because it's just a whole different, I can't even put into words. It's honestly going to be like a huge movement, and it's going to be a huge move. I think coming there, you have to really just come there with an expectation.
Okay.
To receive from God and to be changed from the inside out. If there's anything that's burdening you, if there's anything that's pressing on you, if you just want to enjoy the presence of God, I really encourage you to just make yourself available that day and show up there. I think God is really going to surprise us. Really.
Okay. All right. So, and I think if you want to see his setup and everything, just come early or Yeah,
Oh,
after
yeah,
the
yeah.
show, you can just come around.
Please come say hi.
Girl, say hi. So we can't wait to have you on the 30th of June. Wind of Revival, Joe Metal is going to be amazing, and we are all testimonies. So,
A huge shout out to the whole team. A lot of times, we see the ministers in the forefront, but we fail to acknowledge that there are people working behind the scenes. And even from my whole time being here, just the whole team has been amazing. From the band to the singers, to the management, just every individual that's a part of the Joe Metal Ministries. I really want to just say thank you for being a blessing to not just myself and to Joe, but just to the whole body of Christ as a whole. Sometimes, I know people are not as appreciated, especially in the forefront, but I take my hats off to you guys.
Okay. Do you have any shout outs?
Who I want to shout out? My mom. Listen, listen, that lady she gave me life for.
Wow.
So I have to shout out.
Proper food.
I like it.
You like it?
But no, seriously, my mom, my dad, my church, Rima Gospel Church, International. My family, my brother Justice, Sam, Emmanuel, Fred. Everyone. I really and thank you so much for even having me on this show today. It's really been a pleasure, and I really appreciate it.